Tony Hinchcliffe got the opportunity to put one of his shows on Netflix. I guess the only problem that it did have was Casey Rocket being there. He did not do so well, and obviously, I don't know why he's there. But anyways, we're going to be watching some clips. They're going to be randomly put because I just got them from the reels and the shorts.
Oh, the lovely Heidi. This is a very... Wait.
Elon?
I'm showing Heidi. Cool, right?
Heidi, you missed it. Elon was doing one of his amazing tricks that women love. Frankly, they love it.
Bitch.
She was a bitch, Elon, and we should have her fired. You should fire her.
Oh, cute. I made a really cool thing out of Fox, and she just walked away.
So this is so Elon, as you guys know, he works with Trump, or I think he just stopped recently, but he was doing this Doge thing that trying to eliminate money from the government.
Trump created the Department of Government Efficiency via executive order and put Musk in charge of it.
And the whole spoon tricks thing that he showed to Heidi there is, I think there was a clip of Elon showing that to these people that work with Trump. I think the person that does the briefings in the morning, and he was showing this trick off to these people, I guess at a party or so, and it was really childish behavior that we saw from Elon, which is, I guess, it's kind of a given.
Oh my God. The former president of the United States of America sniffing a guy's head. Oh, he loves it.
A lot of people have been wondering what I've been doing since I haven't been president. I'll tell you, here's the deal, folks. Last week I had some ice cream, I took a nap. I smoked some crack with my son, Hunter. Elon legalizing comedy. He's the least funny guy in the world. It'd be like if Tony Hinchcliffe legalized eating pussy. Yeah, but no, Donald, you should hire Tony. You should hire him. Give him a position. Yeah, he'd be the first guy to be in a cabinet and a closet at the same time.
So obviously this is it's a run-on joke for Tony mentioning he's gay, and at this point, who are we to doubt that? You know, no, but honestly, Adam Ray's performance as Biden, top notch, sniffling the hair, and all those little details added on are just phenomenal. Just an authentic Joe Biden there.
You eat the cat?
Yeah, you eat the feel. It's a delicious
They are
meat.
eating the cats. I wasn't lying. They are. Now,
That's right.
RFK is another member of my team of Avengers. I've gathered a gang of guys, and we are taking over. A lot like Kill Tony. I've gathered guys, and we're in the highest office in the land. We have no business being there, much like this show has no business being on Netflix. What a disgrace Netflix has become. They just let any guy on here. Tires comes out soon.
It does.
Kill Tony is quite frankly a brain rot show, right? But it does have its highlights, as I might add, because Tony gives you the opportunity to see if you're good. You get criticized by comedians, you go up there, and it's kind of displaying your talent as being a comedian, so you can have that career maybe later on in the future. Kind of gives you a little bit of a push, gives you a little bit of clout. Also, yes, like it's another hit on Tony, because a lot of the people that he does bring on are sort of neurodivergent, as they might call it, and the show pretty much displays it full blast. Also, Shane making fun of himself, quite good. Always does that. Love that.
Tonight's guests, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Oh my God.
So cool. So cool. Comedy's back, They tried to make it illegal. So uncool. I'm like really uncomfortable in my own skin, so I move around a lot. I apologize. I want to crawl out of it like a snake. My best friend Joe Rogan. He thinks I'm so funny though. Really. You watch the show. By the way, I have like maybe 20 minutes of a personality, then I'm gonna hit like a serious K-hole. So let's get right to it. Right? Best friends.
Yeesh. You can see the expression of Joe right in the end there, being like, damn, thank you for burning me out, bro. All this is reference to Joe bringing Elon, and Joe, when he brings on comedians, he seems to fail understanding jokes that they say at times, right? And so it becomes a little bit awkward. The comedian is trying to make you laugh, and you're like, what are you talking about here? We're talking about a serious thing. And he's like, I know, I'm trying to be funny. And he's like, hey, okay, I get it now.
It's all a fucking illusion. All of them, when convenient, have said the exact same things.
Dragons are real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then when it's Elon, who is a guy who is not anything particularly known as a comedian or anything like that, he'll give him all the grace and the glory and laugh at things that are quite dull and pretty much not that funny, right?
What is it like to buy a company for $44 billion and then people call you a Nazi on that same thing that you bought?
I did not see it coming. It's classic.
And then Elon said like comedy's like, they're trying to cancel comedy.
The sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Like you can't make fun of anything. So then it was like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah.
This guy owns X, right? I know it's, I think it's a subjective thing because there's some people that say, well, X or Twitter was worse back then because they didn't let the conservatives, you know, do their edgy shit and whatnot. But now it's like, if you ever do try to make fun of Elon or anybody else that associates with Elon or things like that, he will personally block you. We saw that with Bill Burr.
I'll tell you what's funny. I made fun of the fucking Twitter guy for fucking Sieg Heiling, not once but twice. And I never look at my emails. I was scrolling through my emails and it said my Twitter account had been flagged for I don't even tweet anymore. It had been flagged for whatever. What a fucking baby.
We've seen that with a whole bunch of people that he doesn't like. He'll just hold your account, right? It's such projection. Dude gets roasted. He starts crying.
I mean, you had Tim Waltz, who's a huge jerk, right? You know, running around on stage with a Tesla stock price, where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do. What a creep. What a jerk.
And then the K-hole thing, right, which is the ketamine thing. Even Elon has said that he has done it, so it's not quite a accusation.
You have a ketamine prescription.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Well, I mean, that's pretty private to ask somebody about a medical prescription, you know.
It's a true thing that he has said that he's been on ketamine. And a lot of people kind of point out when he is on it. And you can see how he's trying to act normal at times.
I heard him wear either a hat or a coat or a dress today. So it's a big deal for Adam Lippis, who made the coat, and Eric Devitz who made that hat.
What was Elon Musk doing during Inauguration Day? There are plenty of creative theories circulating about this online, including everything from him admiring the ceiling to his AI robot program malfunctioning. Now, you may be surprised to hear that I'm not Elon's personal physician, which means that I'm limited to publicly available information, and one explanation could be related to what Elon said on a Saturday Night Live episode, which is that he has Asperger's syndrome, which is now called autism with low support needs, and one behavior in these people is something called stimming, which is a repetitive physical movement that allows him to self-soothe in stressful situations. Another explanation could be his prescribed ketamine use for depression, but we can't weigh the balance between the two because we don't know the dose.
You can see when he's wearing glasses and sunglasses, he's trying to cover up how high he is, right?
What's up, Elon?
What's up?
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
What's up?
All right, cool.
Elon, this is your first time seeing Ari, Matti, correct?
I'd like to ask you a few questions. Ace Ventura, really great movie. So are you a tit man or an ass man? Yeah, really curious.
How are you so retarded but so smart at the same time?
No idea. Question still stands, though.
Dude, I don't know. I'm an ass guy until the babubas get too big. Then I'm yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want like flat-chested big ass too. That's a guy.
I like like on Earth, right? Like I'm an ass man, right? But like in space, like I like space boobs because they don't sag, you know? Like ever. Yeah, we're good friends.
Eventually, a person that you don't like is gonna say something funny. You know, like, you know what they say, a broken clock strikes twice. Eventually, it's gonna be 12:30 at some point, right? And then 12:30 again at some point again. And I think a lot of the comedy that Elon does is childish.
What's your like process? Where do you come up with this stuff?
I wake up every Monday and I pray to God I have a minute. Then I go out and say nigga a lot and it works a little bit. That's a great strategy I have. Come out and say nigga off the dribble and they go and it's
we love that. That's very fun for us. We're not allowed to say it yet, but we've got a new bill we're working on. And there's been a mandate from the fat whites. We want to say it again. The fat whites are tired of not saying it.
No.
Look, yes, the N-word is often used as a crutch for a lot of things, and I hate it. I hate that the N-word has become the word like, because that's my word. I use like a lot. And I'm just playing. No, like, it is though. Like, the N-word has become like fuck. You can give it a meaning. The tone, the speech, the cadence, any way you try to say it, it could mean certain things, right?
Over 300 people signed up for the chance. If I pull their name out of the bucket, they get 60 seconds.
There's some people in this bucket that are over 200 years old. We'll get to the bottom of that, though.
He's exactly right.
Yeah,
it
right.
is a
Yeah.
disgusting disgrace what this show has become. There's 200-year-old men in that bucket, and Elon's going to sniff them out like a guarded truffle pig.
Right. Yeah. Right, my liege.
That was a reference to Elon Musk destroying the Social Security program. Apparently, he found a whole bunch of dead people that were using the system, which is not true. They've said that Elon Musk did not know the system they were using.
Rumors have been circling about millions of dead people receiving Social Security checks, but is that true?
It's not. There's been a lot of confusion, right? So Elon Musk looked at the list and said, why are there all these 150-year-olds in this database? And then people went crazy. They subtracted 150 off today's date. They got 1875. And then they made up all these stories about how, well, 1875 is the default date for dates in COBOL. It's not. There are no dates in COBOL. They said, well, it's the default date from the ISO 8601 standard. It's not. They actually mentioned the standard that there was a convention to decide the standards on dates back in 1875. But in no way is it date 0 or date 1 in that standard. Not at all. So just an enormous amount of stuff was just kind of made up.
And by him not knowing, he kind of just said that a bunch of people dead in the system that are taking money from you and they're costing you money, right? Which is not the thing that is true, right?
And then finally, they got the table, basically, of data that Elon Musk was looking at. And what he's looking at is that 150 to 159 is the last age where there's still more than 1 million people listed. But it tapers off all the way down to showing one person who's somewhere between 360 and 369 years old in the database. So there isn't something special about 1875. There's just a lot of impossibly old people listed in this database, especially when you realize that they only started giving out Social Security cards in 1936. So someone from 1875, they would have been, what, 56 then?
But someone who's 360.
Yeah, somebody who's 360 now would have been centuries dead before the first card was ever given out. That's just bad data got into the database.
We keep giving them checks and they're still, they're 200. It's crazy, right? No, that's not happening. That's just so dumb, right? Like, that will never happen. They try to dramatize it into thinking that, hey, this is the reason why we are losing money and this is why we are in this economy right now. And Elon Musk is the one to fix things.
Cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old.
What Elon Musk is saying is so ridiculous. Anyone who knows the program knows it's absurd. He's showing both his ignorance, but also his design to undermine confidence in the program.
Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay.
The Social Security Administration is very careful about who gets benefits. And in fact, if you really were concerned about fraud, you wouldn't fire the Inspector General, which is one of the first things that Trump and Musk did.
That's a case where, I think they're probably dead. It's my guess.
The reality is there is no one who has died who's getting benefits.
Elon Musk is just lying to you, or either simply he's just dumb.
Next time you tell the joke, change the age to a little higher.
It's bad when someone's trying to have pussy.
Yes.
Okay.
When he's 12, yes. We waited till Barron was 8 feet tall before his first piece of pussy, and it was Sabrina Carpenter. I said, Sabrina, get in here. You've got to suck Barron's. Barron's penis is 18 inches long. He is from Middle Earth, and we found him in Middle Earth, and he's been doing great. We love Barron.
That's dope.
Barron.
You said Sabrina Carpenter? I will fuck that lady. I would. We on Netflix. I will fuck you, man. If I can shoot my shot at that, that's dope. Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter, I would like to fuck you, ma'am. Yeah.
Ma'am.
Hello. What's up, white bitch? Hello.
Almost had it, and then you blew it right there. Almost had it.
Donald Trump's son.
Very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Barron Trump also is severely tall, like freaking basketball player height, which is crazy. I mean, Trump himself is like what, 6'2" or I think, or something like that. Barron Trump is like 6'6", 6'7". He's like a freaking Undertaker height, bro. I mean, when he was younger, he looked super awkward. He's like 21 or 18 right now. The kid's a freak in the nicest way possible. You know, it's just genetically, it's crazy to see him that height. And also Sabrina Carpenter, I love her. She's such a cutie patootie, and I say that with all my heart. And then Cam taking a shot because he knows he's on Netflix. Respect.
Elon brings his son Malcolm X 27 to every. Elon brings his son Malcolm X 27 to every show, and we love Malcolm X 27. He's a great kid. What's his name?
It's -12435667. The letter Q, that's squiggly equal sign.
C3PO the boy.
C3PO, yeah. It's a Wi-Fi password that I saw, and I just thought that'd be a great name. He's less a son in more of like a bulletproof vest, you know. I keep him like in front of me. I've got 14 more. It's not a problem.
I'd like to borrow some of those boys. I keep getting shot in the head.
Yeah.
I would love to stop getting shot in the head every few days, but...
He's less a son in more of like a bulletproof vest, you know. I keep him like in front of me. I've got 14 more. It's not a problem.
Okay, so this is a reference to Elon having his little tiny child at the Oval Office. I guess he was trying to prevent the reporters from giving me hard questions about his whole Doge affiliation. Some people were saying that he used his small child as a body shield. Who else, right, would bring their child to the Oval Office? You know, why are you bringing your kid into an adult setting, in a professional setting, and have him like freaking tell the president to, you know, to his face, like, we run this shit now, or whatever he said.
Prices from one year to the next are the same, and their is to restore democracy.
Also, being the only kid that you brought, you have 14 other kids, bro. Why didn't you bring all the other kids? What's wrong with them? You know, you're such a family guy, a family man. Why are you not bringing them along?
How many kids do you have now?
I have 12.
12?
Yeah. There's an older batch and a younger batch.
Okay.
So there's quite a big difference. Our little X who's over there, he's the eldest of the youngest. He's 4. My older boys are 20 and 17, turning 18 shortly. Not one person who I've said, you know, you should really have kids, you won't regret it. Not one person has said they regret it, ever.
And also Shane mentioning that Donald Trump almost got assassinated twice. And then he had the iconic picture of him putting his fist up in the air and say, fight, fight, fight.
Do you even have a scar on your ear? You got anything on there?
I do. It was sort of like a top shot. Mm-hmm. It zicked right there. Yeah. It's not like some of the UFC fighters.
Okay, we got
so, right over here.
Oh, it's a tiny little mark.
It makes me a tougher guy.
Do you even have a scar on your ear? You got anything on?
A lot of people are wondering what happened to his ear, because right after they didn't see like a scar, you know, because I guess he got shot in the ear, right? One must think that if you get shot in the ear, you get sliced in the ear, anything like that, you'll probably have a piece of the ear missing.
Do you think that Trump is going to need reconstructive surgery on his ear?
It looks like there was superficial damage to that cartilage, and in fact, the bullet may have gone straight through both the cartilage and the skin portion. So what we do to reconstruct that is we either take that piece of cartilage out and close it, or just close the skin over it, depending upon how much damage there is.
Will it look like his old normal ear?
Yes, it will look exactly like his old normal ear. He may have a small scar there.
And there are some pictures on the internet saying that, hey, your ear freaking regenerated, bro.
You can take my ears, but you cannot take my liberty. They want to cut off my ears like the Taliban, but what they don't know is my ears can grow back like SpongeBob through budding, by the way. Hit me with your best shot, why don't you? Because if that's the best you got, you're a loser. You're such a loser, you missed so bigly. By the way, you had a big opportunity. You could have made my head blow up on TV, but you didn't do that, did you?
Like, you're a 70-year-old man. You don't regenerate like Wolverine or Deadpool. More like Deadpool, you know, have your whole freaking limb back.
Now my ear is going to grow back bigger and better. It will have better hearing. I will hear like an owl.
Especially an ear, because ears are really hard to, I mean, I don't think they even grow back. They just stay like that, right? Like that shit does not grow back.
Elon legalizing comedy. He's the least funny guy in the world. It'd be like if Tony Hinchcliffe legalized eating. Yeah, no, Donald, you should hire Tony. You should hire him. Give him a position, yeah? He'd be the first guy to be in a cabinet and a closet at the same time. Before Joe Rogan built this club, the only club Tony was headlining was the Dallas Buyers. Tony looks like a lesbian soccer coach. Tony, how are you going to support an administration that wants to ban vaccines? If we get rid of autism, you won't have any Kill Tony regulars.
More jokes that Tony's gay, gotta love him.
He'd be the first guy to be in a cabinet and a closet at the same time.
What a great guy Tony Hinchcliffe is. He is so gay. I've never met such a gay guy before. One of the greatest gay guys. Quite disgusting gay. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding, Tony. Your sass will always make you a little gay, but look, man, if you are gay, and at this point, I don't think anybody would care if you are gay, right? At this point, nobody cares. People are like, yeah, we see it, you know, but we don't care, Tony. Just let it be.
I mean, what a great group of guys here. Joe Rogan, the lovely, beautiful Joe Rogan. Elon Musk, what a incredible man. And we're going to use his powers for good.
That's right. Some people in this bucket that are over 200 years old. So we'll get to the bottom of that, though.
He's exactly right.
Yeah,
and it is a disgusting disgrace what this show has become. There's 200-year-old men in that bucket, and Elon's going to sniff them out like a truffle pig.
Right. Yeah.
This whole 200-year-old people are receiving money from Social Security is such a ridiculous thing, right?
That was Elon Musk saying he was going to take a chainsaw to important government services. And that's what they're doing at the Social Security Administration, at the Veterans Administration. And people caught on. People understood the damage they were doing. So they had a town hall to try to clean it up and cover it up. Here's what they're saying now.
President Trump's been very clear. It's scalpel, not hatchet. And that's the way it's getting done.
So we know that this is not a scalpel. What this is a big cover-up, a cover-up for Elon Musk's big lies. Because this has nothing to do with government efficiency. This has to do with taking a chainsaw to important government services to rig the government for people like Elon Musk.
Also, by doing all this political stuff, most of the people that bought Teslas were liberals. By Elon associating with Trump, he messed up Tesla. He probably messed up his other companies too.
Numbers paint a discouraging picture. Deliveries fell 13% in the first quarter of 2025. Automotive revenue, 20%. Profits plummeted by 71%. Used Tesla values are falling faster than any other brand, as a record number of owners are trading in the cars. Shares have fallen by roughly 30% in 2025.
People are not buying Teslas, and the majority of people that bought them were Democrats, right?
But EVs are most popular among Democrats.
Republicans are not known for buying electric vehicles.
Musk is gaining approval in some quarters, such as among Republicans, but they're a lot less likely to buy EVs, so it hasn't offset the losses.
His stocks and everything else is going down. People are not buying it. And then the people that did buy them hate him now.
A CNBC survey found that half of Americans have a negative view of Tesla and Elon Musk. only 27% have a positive. Musk's net approval among Democrats is -82 and +56 among Republicans.
With all the, the Zig hailing or the Roman salute thing, pretty much messed up Elon in the long run. Trump got what he wanted. Elon left with nothing. Now we're seeing him cry on national television saying that, hey, look, I'm going to step down because Democrats were going to be protesting and terrorizing and all that stuff.
I had a friend who brought his car to the shop and it was like spray painted with swastika.
Chris Lee is a YouTuber and has owned 4 Teslas. He has made several videos about his ownership experience, and he interviewed protesters and owners in the wake of the controversy.
I always get comments also, and people email me, hey, Chris, I'm about to go on a road trip to Oregon and across this United States. Is it safe to drive my Tesla? I'm scared I'm going to get vandalized. So unfortunately, that's something that we're dealing with right now. And people are really upset with Tesla. But once it passes, I think we'll just all go back to normal.
The domestic tourism, I do not agree with, but protesting is something that they always talk about. Bud Light stuff, right? They had one trans person in there and they blew a gasket. They had one guy kneeling, black people not dying. They don't like him and they try to protest it. And then by protesting, I guess they mean cancel you, right?
It is the right that is banning books, which is a form of cancellation. They are creating law to restrict the phrases, terms, and topics that teachers should be allowed to use, or better said, should not be allowed to use. That's an insane form of cancellation. They want to cancel M&Ms because one of them was androgynous or whatever. That was crazy. They want to cancel Bud Light because Bud Light did a promo with a trans woman. And all of it over choices that businesses are simply making. They're not against the law. They don't create any legal issue.
They don't like it. They call it criminal, right?
I find it ironic and incredibly hypocritical. I mean, really, this is fundamentally a case of terrorism. It's wide-scale domestic terrorism with the purpose of intimidation, and it's harming innocent people. It's really terrible. And I think what we actually have to get to are the people who are organizing and paying for these attacks and protests. That's who we really need to go after, because the people who are actually throwing the Molotov cocktails, they are the foot soldiers. Right. But we need to go after the generals, and we're going to do so. The president has made it very clear that we're going to go after those that are paying and organizing these violent attacks. And Attorney General Bondi has said the same thing. I believe that is exactly what will happen.
Do you know who they are?
We're coming for them.
Do you know who those generals are?
We know. We do.
Anyway, guys, I want to let you guys go and let me know what you guys think about this. I'll probably do more of these, or if they're, they're more popular. And I'll see you guys for another one. Let me know what you guys think about all these clips. Did you guys like the Netflix show of Kill Tony coming in there? And Shane Gillis being a major character in this. Adam Ray as well. Kyle Dunnigan being also another guy that really did a great job here, showing off his skills and his impressions. Everybody's impressions were on top here. I pretty much liked it. And I'll let you guys go. My bad. I'm talking too much. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Again, I'm sorry. Bye-bye.